What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another War Table podcast. It's me, your host, Dad of War. Always with me is Quiet Boy Girl. Or is it now Ghost Oni Usagi?
It just varies. You can still call me Kawhi if you want, but I did change all my socials to Ghost.
I'm going to call him Kawhi, but you people can call him Ghost Ogi. Ghost Oni Unagi for all of his
Usagi.
Kusagi. Ghost Oni Kusagi for all of his social media purposes. Twitch, I assume Twitter, Snapchat, yada yada yada. The list goes on and on. Because you all know me, I'm absolutely fucking terrible with all that jazz. But that's where you can find him. He changed his name, switched up the brand. I like it. You're gonna love it. We're all gonna have a good time. But as I said, it's the War Table podcast. We're here to talk about video games and all the stuff we love about them and all that crazy junk. So as always, we're going to start with how have you been for the week? What have you been playing?
Well, me personally, I've done a little bit of Call of Duty. If anyone's familiar with Cold War and, the sniper scene, I played against someone named Rhyme today, Rymm. He has almost 200,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I fucking noob tubed him. So there's that. But mostly I've been just solo focusing on Code Vein.
Yes, you were telling about
At
that
the
earlier.
yeah, at the moment I have almost 25 hours in it. I play a few hours at a time. I finished all the DLCs. Those are a pain in the ass, especially since I haven't even beat the main game yet. I'm assuming those are supposed to be like end game things, but I just fucking grinded them out. Just Code Vein's been really, really fucking fun. Like, obviously the story is not like fucking great or anything. It's fucking anime Dark Souls. Not expecting much. But like I just killed the guy I thought was gonna be like the final boss, and then like I'm in the fucking two areas after that, it feels like come the fuck on. I just want to get this game over with so I can move on to something else on my fucking list.
Sound like me when I was playing Red Dead 2. Red Dead Redemption 2 way back
The
when.
difference is I'm still having fun.
Big difference. Big difference. I mean, but it is what it is.
Yeah, like I'm still enjoying Code Vein. Like I'm not bored of it, but I just want to get on to the next thing. I want to get this list slowly whittled down.
Yeah, I mean, better than me. I haven't hit my list. I've just added more shit on. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. It's hard. Because,
Oh,
me and you play, games that also just never end. Our Smites, Call of
yeah.
Duty, whatnot, and that takes up a bunch of time because, we're busy people. So in the middle of the day, if I only have time for like a half hour, maybe an hour, my go-to normally is to just throw on Smite or Apex for that little bit of time, get a few of those games in because an hour of fucking Nocturne is nothing, when I can do two to possibly three games depending on what mode I'm in Smite. And for Apex, if I get shitty teams the entire time, that's 40 games because I'm spawning in, dying, and restarting the whole process. So it's rough, but that's life. So there's just really been a bunch of Code Vein and
Literally
Call of Duty.
only Code Vein and the little bit of COD I did. Uh, Good news is tomorrow is Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, so
Oh,
there's a
nice.
little break of Code Vein I'm gonna get.
Very well. On my front, same. Uh, the tiniest bit of Call of Duty. I've been trying to take a little bit of a break. It's getting at me because I'm now onto weapons that I don't like. Like I said last week, I'm still messing with them and trying to get those done. So it's not as enjoyable, but I'm having fun. Taking a long enough break, so I'll probably get back into it here shortly. Uh, a decent amount more into Nocturne. Played a shit ton of that. I said I think I was like 27 hours in last time. I think I put in another 10 since then. I'm at end game. I'm pretty sure I'm right there. So now, sadly, because as I said, I'm enjoying the game, but I have a bunch of grinding to do. I could probably beat the game and get a few of the endings, but I'm nowhere near leveled up enough to go for the true ending. If you don't want any spoilers for Nocturne, the game that is now 20 years old, here is your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 second warning to get on out, because here comes some spoilers. Alright, so there's like 6 endings of the game, depending on the characters you fight, and the last one, which is the one I'm trying to platinum it, so I'm going to save scum my way through getting those trophies, because there's a trophy for seeing every single one of the endings. Like, for every ending there's a trophy, and then you get the final one. There's see every single one trophy, and then there's one for seeing every single one. You know what I'm saying? So this ending gives this trophy, this ending gives you that, and once you see the final ending, you get that ending's trophy plus the big trophy that says, hey, you've seen it all, you've done it all. And the last one is probably still to this day the hardest / longest boss fight I've ever had in a video game, period, and it's up against Lucifer Morningstar, aka the devil, who has 999,000 hit points, and took me an hour and a half to beat. And that was that was like the fight. Like, it wasn't me dying a bunch and having to restart, or that's just the fight. And I think I was like 87 when I did that and had a hard time. So this time I told myself I'm gonna go balls to the wall and grind my way up to max level, which, as most RPGs, is 99. So I can have a hopefully bit easier of a time beating him, because it's just a fuck ton of health to dip through. Like, I think the max amount of damage I ever do in one shot is like 10,000, and that's still buffing, extreme buffs, using focus to making that damage double, and rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. He attempts to team wipe me and, heal everybody back up, re-summon the demon who died or whatever. It's a really long, drawn-out fight. It's a really cool and fun fight. I remember it very well, but I know I'm on that path of super grind because I'm level 62, and if I took that hour of daytime I said I have about roughly and did it, I could probably get 2 levels. So I might actually start doing that. But I would sometime at that point in the game, I feel that, just like you, I don't like starting games. I'm in the middle of one, or at least I never run more than 2 games at once. When it comes to like story-based single-player games, like I don't want to run 4 games, because then I get lost in which game I'm at and yada yada yada. So, but I think I'm deep enough into this to where I can comfortably start another one to start cranking out my list, just like you. And I added one game I caught on sale that I really wanted to play, and that's Darksiders Genesis, the top-down like Diablo-esque Darksiders, the newest one that came out like
Boo.
a year and a half, 2 years ago. But I finally caught it on sale for half off, and I'm like, I just have to pick it up because I really, really, really like Darksiders 1. Darksiders 1 is one of my favorite games of all time, like this close to being on top 10. Darksiders 2, for me personally, wasn't as good, but still a bunch of fun. And I have yet to play 3 because they said it changed so much, but it was free sometime last year, if not 2 years ago. And it's just been sitting in my library, so that should only take like 10 to 15 hours, I'm hoping, to beat. So I'm trying to rush through that, get the story, because I hear the stories, if you like Darksiders, you're going to like it. So get that out of the way, and then hop into Genesis. And then I'm hoping to beat Genesis before anything else comes out that I want to play. And at the moment, that's sounding like a fairly easy task, because it's looking like I'm not getting any new games this month. And I'm probably not going to get another game until Hades comes out in August, unless Sony comes out here in, I don't know, the next few weeks and says, hey, Horizon's actually like coming out in 3 days or whatever. But the only games in the foreseeable future I'm getting is Horizon whenever it comes out, Hades in August, Back for Blood in October, Kena Bridge of Spirits, which I also think is in August. But that's going to be like a shorter indie game, so I don't feel bad getting Hades and that at the same time, because Hades is going to be another one of those I just hopefully love. it's Greek mythology is one of my favorite things, period. And I'm very much enjoying roguelikes as of late between Returnal and Enter the Gungeon. So aesthetically and gameplay wise, it's looking right up my alley. So very excited for that. And then, as I say, Kena Bridge of Spirits should be a short 10-15 hour experience from the sounds of what the developers are talking that I should be able to eat up, enjoy, and keep it kicking. But yeah, other than that, other than Nocturne, playing a bit of Smite. For anyone who's interested, who just kind of like somewhat follows Smite, it's getting a really big patch on the 13th, and I mean really big, like game changing in a good way big. They're removing an item that's been in since game day one, which is boots, which is your movement speed item. You no longer need it. So you'll be able to basically get your builds online faster without having to worry about bullshit endgame. Do I have enough gold to get the pot so I can get rid of boots so I can get that item? Like, they're now basically saying, here, take that 3,000 gold you were wasting, that you were fighting for at the end game, and just invest it into your early mid game so you can actually have a full build and not have to sit here and farm bullshit when you should be team fighting. Because there's a lot of times bad players, including myself, make where it's like, well, either for a video or stream or just the fact that I would like to have a actual full build to see what this character / god can do. Well, you get to end game and you're stuck hitting this camp and that camp and try and get Gold Fury so you can sell an item you're forced to buy so you can actually keep up with the pace of the game. So you can sell that, get the potion to replace that, so you have the movement speed to get that item, like I just previously said. It's just that it removes a lot of the blockers for you to have an enjoyable experience in the end game, just having full build where you can, as I said, you're not worrying about camps. You can actually be part of that team fight. It's like, oh shit, I sold boots and I only have enough gold to buy this tier item, so I'm actually now down power or whatever, power, life steal, attack speed, and now I'm actually less effective than I was just keeping my damn boots. It rolls up in a nice package, and I'm very much excited for it. I'm also very much upset that I have to wait 2 weeks to get it. Legitimately 2 weeks on the dot, because it's the next day for me. It's 12:30 in the morning, so it comes out the 13th. It's the 30th, so an actual 2 weeks, and I'm very, 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 very excited for it. And that's it. Some GTA with my brother, running low bullshit missions, getting a bunch of money, wasting it on cars, and driving around blowing people up. Yeah, the same old, same old. As I said, it'll probably be the same old until early August or mid-August, because I don't think Hades comes out to the 23rd, and I'm actually not particularly sure when Kena comes out. So fall's looking fantastic. Now is the perfect time. It sucks because there's nothing much to talk about, because there's a drought for us at the moment. Just games we don't care about are coming out. But as previously stated, hopefully that means I can actually get through this backlog, because as much as I said I really want to beat Darksiders 3 and have fun playing Genesis, I really, really fucking need to play and beat XCOM. I've been talking about it for years now at this point, between stream, the YouTube, and just talking to people like, hey, what are you trying to play? I'm trying to play fucking XCOM, but I just can't. I don't have it in me. So I might have to really bite the bullet and not start Darksiders and leave that on the back burner, and actually start and play XCOM and stop having this gamer mentality that baby mode is for babies, whereas I just want to get through and enjoy the game and get some cool ass powers. So I might just start up a new campaign and just go easy mode. I really might, just because I'm over it. I'm over losing and missing 98% shots with a shotgun at point blank range. That shit still hurts my soul, like terribly. Every time I think about it, it just crushes me a little bit more. Ugh. But now that I'm done spieling about bullshit, we actually have a real topic, not just catch up or what's E3 been or anything. We had this topic lined up for a good deal now, between Kawhi reading my wife's mind and my wife just bringing it to my attention. We haven't talked about video games media in the sense of movies and TV. And I know there's books.
To be
and
fair,
shows.
all this time not covering the topic gave me more time to rewatch movies and shit. So
Yeah,
got
So
that going for me.
we are here. We're not going to talk about books or comics at this particular time. We're just going to talk about movies, shows. Do we like them? Do we hate them? And the ones that are coming, are we excited for? Are they shit? Are we not excited for them? All that jazz. So I have a list in front of me, which I knew was
I
going to be
do
small.
I do want to say that
That is
this was
bright.
so much harder for me once I realized so many fucking TV shows, movies, anime got games after, which I am not counting.
After what?
I'm only like a movie will then get a video game. I'm counting video
No,
games as
yes.
gotten yeah.
Yeah, we're just
That
talking.
made it so much fucking harder once I realized that some of these
Yeah, a lot of movies got games made after them.
and like
Wow, that's bright.
shows and shit.
What
So
if I put it back over
I, I
here?
I do have quite a few actually, of, like stuff. So I got
Oh,
that.
go ahead. I was just going to run through them because it's actually so very tiny that we can like go back and nitpick through there, but I can actually read this list off in less than a minute. So I'm just going to do it real quick because
I have 13 things at the moment.
I have a list of literally every single one made. Big enough to be on Wikipedia, I should say. So it's Super Mario Brothers 93, Double Dragon 94, Street Fighter 94, Mortal Kombat 95, Mortal Kombat Annihilation 97, Wing Commander 99, Lara Croft Tomb Raider 2001, Resident Evil 2002, Lara Croft 2 Cradle of Life 2003, House of the Dead 2003.
There is, to be fair, there's 6 Resident Evil movies, not counting the animated ones,
Mm-hmm.
just
And
the live action ones.
yep, they're
So I
Resident
have
Evil.
2 of the live action ones also pulled up.
And speaking of which, Resident Evil 2 Apocalypse, September 2004, Alone in the Dark 2005, Doom 2005, Blood Rain 2006, Silent Hill 2006, Dead or Alive 2006, Resident Evil Extinction 2007, Postal 2007, Hitman 2007, In the Name of the King, A Dungeon Siege Tale 2008, Far Cry 2008, Max Payne 2008, Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li 2009, Tekken 2010, Prince of Persia Scent of Time 2010, Resident Evil Afterlife 2010, Resident Evil Retribution 2012, Silent Hill Revelations 2012, Need for Speed 2014, Hitman Agent 47 2015, Warcraft 2016, Assassin's Creed 2016, Resident Evil The Final Chapter, which they're coming out with more, so they lied, 2017, Tomb Raider 2018, Rampage 2018, Dead Trigger 2019, Detective Pikachu 2019, Sonic the Hedgehog 2020, Monster Hunter 2020, Mortal Kombat 2021, and then Werewolves Within, which I didn't even know came out 2021. And then there's a list of upcoming, but we'll talk about that when we get to are we excited for ones that have already come. So, you want to run through your
You
list?
actually missed a lot of stuff on that I had.
Really?
Yeah. So I have Silent Hill Revelation, then the first Silent Hill movie.
I said those.
Well, I'm reading my entire list.
Oh,
Uh,
very well, very well.
Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within,
Mm-hmm.
the Assassin's Creed movie, Monster Hunter,
Mm-hmm.
the new Mortal Kombat, Resident Evil Vendetta, Resident Evil Degeneration, God Eater, the TV series, Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge, Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm, and Castlevania, the TV series.
Yeah, those are a. I was just reading the Hollywood movies. I didn't even go all the way. Those are just the Hollywood live action.
Yeah.
And then animated, they have Final Fantasy Spirits Within, Ratchet and Clank, Angry Birds movie 1 and 2. And then there's a whole bunch of Japanese movies, and animated wise, it's damn near all Pokemon.
I was only gonna talk about the shit I've actually seen,
Mm,
which I
yeah,
have seen. I have seen like more than my list, but some stuff are just so unnotable I don't want to talk about at all. Like I've seen the Hitman movies. They're movies,
yeah, yeah.
and I rewatch them, so that's my excuse.
Fair enough.
There's everything on my list I've actually like sat down and watched again, except Silent Hill Revelation, which I was going to watch yesterday, but when I stopped playing Code Vein, I was like, oh, it's like 1 p.m.
Fair enough. No, I just wanted to run through. Didn't scroll far enough. I just wanted to run through those movies. I'm not going to sit here and talk about all of them because just like you, I haven't seen all of them. I surprisingly have seen most of these outside of like the ones I just know are bad. Like I did not watch Blood Rain. No, it was bad.
Like, obviously, I didn't pull up the old Mortal Kombat movies because I figured you'd mention them at some point, and then I could talk about them then.
Yeah, fair enough. So I'm gonna go through them and talk about the ones I feel that are notable. I'll just
I,
because it's a list start
I
from the
want to. I
oldest.
actually want to start with what I think is the worst video game movie of all time.
Oh, that's arguable. But let me. What do you think?
In
What is
my
your
opinion,
worst?
Assassin's Creed.
That's the one I haven't seen because I heard. Like I just seen it in the new. Like no, this isn't for me.
I saw it in theaters
Oof.
with with my brothers. So, like, I literally sat through this shit. So, like, I'm gonna get in the movie a little, just a little. So, like, the entire movie, he's working for like the Templars, doing like the shit, like, I'm an assassin, find the golden penis thing so we can take over the world. So he's helping the Templars and the going back to the past, and then like literally the movie goes straight into, oh, I'm an assassin now, Templar bad, and then the movie ends.
Holy shit! I'm looking at the Rotten Tomatoes one and what they would consider the worst, and I have to agree. I'm still listening. I apologize. Or is that
Uh,
it?
but yeah, literally, I was like sort of enjoying. I didn't think it was that good, but I was still sort of enjoying it when I was like, oh, are they just gonna do the thing where he's like a Templar the whole time, and then maybe he'll become an assassin in the next movie? But then it like literally at the drop, like a snap of a finger, oh, I'm good guy now. Watch me beat Templar,
Very well.
and it's just fucking shit. That's time. Like, I say this every now and then, but like, I watched this for free in the theater, and that's time I wish I could get back.
Oof. Big oof. So, mine, I would have to say, out of all the ones I have actually watched, would probably be Street Fighter. Like source material wise, followed very closely by Mario Brothers. Whereas in, I would have to give it personally to Street Fighter just because it was so bad. It has a very good memeable line, and that's about it. Whereas in Super Mario, if you don't like, if it wasn't Super Mario and they just named it
So like,
Wacky
and
Plumber Brothers,
I haven't seen the Street Fighter movie, but
done.
like everyone I heard talk about was like, yeah, it was so fucking bad. I enjoyed watching it,
It's that type of bad, but it's
but
still
like,
oof.
if you enjoy watching it, you're getting more out of it than I got out of the fucking Assassin's Creed movie.
Very well. But source wise, like Mario was just, it was so far off. It was terrible. Street Fighter was just bad all around. But I do want to bring to everyone's attention that apparently the worst movie, Hollywood live action at least, video game movie of all time, would undoubtedly have to go to Tekken, which I didn't even know got a live action movie. And
Oh,
it,
that's the fucking Street Fighter Jean-Claude Van Damme, and no wonder it was fucking bad.
yeah, at least that one has a 13% on Rotten Tomatoes. Tekken has a 0.
I didn't know there even was a Tekken movie.
Neither did I, and it has a 0. Followed very closely by Alone in the Dark, which I also hear very, very bad things about. It is sitting at a
There's two
phenomenal
Tekken movies.
1% on Rotten Tomato. So that's a big oof. But yeah, I'm just gonna run through all the movies I deem bad, like just unenjoyable. Super Mario was get out of my way. Street Fighter's also bad. I didn't like either Lara Croft movies. I'm not a
Oh,
personal fan of Resident Evils, any of them.
are we just tossing the bad movies aside? Because yeah, just get rid of all the live action Resident Evil movies
Yeah,
and the Silent Hill ones.
yeah. Actually, I have to disagree with you. I very much enjoyed the first Silent Hill movie. I really did. But I'm like the outcast here. I'm the reverse of most people. I haven't seen, or I only watched the first game be played and never played two or three or even watched anyone really go through them. I know the premise of them and how they end and everything, obviously 20 years later, but I didn't know like super lore. But I actually enjoyed Silent Hill. But it's not like, oh my god, I'm not going to say that it's my favorite. It's just, I liked it a lot better than any of the Resident Evil movies. I
Well, I'm
don't,
also throwing shit in the trash. I'm throwing the Monster Hunter movie like almost as bad as Assassin's Creed to me.
yeah, I hear disappointing things. Like, I don't know. I always forget this actress. Is it Mila, the lead actress from Monster Hunter, and Mila Jovovich? There it is, Mila Jovovich. She just can't seem to like hit with video game movies. I mean, she's only really only. Well, I can't
Her
only
Wikipedia picture isn't doing her any favors. It feels like she's staring into my soul.
been. But between Monster Hunter and all the Resident Evil movies, just sorry, Mila. Please make a Fifth Element too. I like you there. This
I will say the
go aside.
only live action Resident Evil movie I will allow you to enjoy is the first one because it's all downhill from there, but
It was at least all right. And then I'm also on the crazy side, so I'll leave this to talk about right now. Let's get into it. What is arguably the best old video game movie from, the beginning eras, the 90s. It's the original Mortal Kombat. I love it. It's so good. Is it better than the new
let's
one? Yes. By much? Not really. But still really
buy
good.
a lot. Buy a lot.
I very much liked the new Mortal Kombat. One of the best things Warner Brothers has done in a while. So,
I'm not throwing the new Mortal Kombat in the bin. However, it is like a 4 out of 10 to me, and the second Mortal Kombat movie is a 5 out of 10
we're
to
getting
me.
right in it. We can go right into it now then. I like Annihilation. I don't know if it's stupid kid nostalgia when it came out. I didn't. I thought those graphics back in the day were fantastic. Obviously, looking at them now, they're fucking dog shit. But when Liu Kang turned into that fucking weird fucking dragon standing on two ninja dragon and fucking Shao Kahn turned into the Hydra, I was about it. That shit was fucking dope. I love that movie. I love all the
I'm going
corny
to.
2-bit shit.
I'm gonna poop on the first Mortal Kombat here real quick. I just want to jump back to it because this just popped in my head. Whoever played fucking Raiden in the first one, that's like he was the worst part of the movie for me. I think it was like, who was it? Oh, Christopher Lambert. Dude's supposed to be the fucking God of Thunder. He was fucking making more jokes out of fucking everyone and also being useless. Like at
Best part
least
of the movie.
Raiden in like the games is just useless and not making bad jokes.
What's up, Sergeant Miller? I mean, I liked him. I thought the second Raiden was better, and obviously, New Age ones. It was alright. They always downplay Raiden because he's not the major player in any of the stories. Like, they can just kind of like throw him in the game to make him more powerful. Like, if they made Raiden as powerful as he's supposed to be at the beginning stages of the movies, then obviously, he would just run shop and just literally kill anybody who steps to him.
How much do you remember about the first Mortal Kombat movie?
Oh, I've seen it recently.
Like, do you remember enough to pick what your favorite fight in that movie is?
Yes,
Because if the answer isn't Reptile and Liu Kang, you're wrong.
Oh, that one was just okay. Just okay. I honestly think my favorite, like my real favorite fight, is probably Liu Kang versus Sub Zero. We used that bucket to throw the ice back at him. That shit was dope. If not,
Okay,
then
I would have enjoyed that more if it didn't have Katana saying like the stupidest fucking shit over it.
true. And then my next favorite fight is probably John Cage just beating the shit out of Goro's nuts. That fucking corny,
Fucking,
hammed up, arms up and second arms.
I don't know who played fucking Johnny Cage in the first Mortal Kombat movie, but he was fucking great.
He was.
And then he got fucking snuffed in the next two movies, and that's a real shame because he's like one of the best Mortal Kombat characters.
Yeah. So
Like obviously everyone knows the first Mortal Kombat movie for fucking Shang Tsung's performance.
yeah, fantastic.
And also I want to point out that fucking because of Mortal Kombat, uh every fucking Kano would become fucking Australian.
Yep. Indubitably. So let's spin off about the three Mortal Kombats. I do have
No,
high
wait,
hopes.
no, I want to poop on Annihilation real quick. Or just the whatever the fuck they did with Motaro was the ugliest fucking thing ever. That was like the worst effects I've ever seen.
I didn't think Motaro was that bad.
Jax was bad.
Eh,
Fuck,
arguable.
maybe Annihilation is worse than the new Mortal Kombat because I'm just thinking of reasons I don't like it now.
It was not good, but I very much like it. It is definitely a bad movie. Bad CGI, writings all over the place. Fights were dope. But
Since the new Mortal Kombat is still like a 2021 film, I'm not going to spoil it. However, I will say the main character Cole Young should have just been Johnny Cage.
yeah, yeah. I get that they're trying to, build up a new character so it's not exactly like the games, but we'll see how the second one comes out. I have hope. This one was a good jumping off point. Hopefully it'll just get better. Hopefully. We're gonna.
But yeah, my opinions now changed. Mortal Kombat, Annihilation.
So we're gonna skip all the bullshit. Wing Commander's bad. Lara Croft movies are bad. Resident Evil's bad. We already talked about that. House of Dead's fucking terrible.
I do wanna have a small section. Uh, I haven't. There's 3 live action Resident Evil movies. I've seen 2 of them. I've seen the first one, which was Resident Evil Degeneration, which is the perfect Resident Evil movie to watch if you like Resident Evil. The worst downside is the voice actor for Leon S. Kennedy, but it is just really fucking good, and it is worth watching. Uh, then the other one I seen was Resident Evil Vendetta, which was okay.
Resident Evil Vendetta. Where are you? I don't see it on here. Resident Evil Vendetta.
They're animated,
2017.
yeah.
Yep. Way down there. That's a big ass
Yeah,
spread.
it was just okay.
Oh.
Like it's if you enjoy Resident Evil, it's something to watch. But like I've never seen Damnation, so I can't have an opinion on it.
I have
But
not seen
because
any of them.
Damnation is a prequel to Resident Evil 6, I wouldn't recommend it.
I can't speak on any of it because I haven't seen any of the CG movies. I don't give a shit about, personally, about Resident Evil. The movies, the games, none of it. I just know a fuck ton of it because one of my very good friends, it's like his favorite series. So I watched him play damn near all of them, and it was enjoyable to sit there and bullshit with him while he's playing, and they're enjoyable enough to watch. And then knowing so much about the lore because of watching it, seeing the live action movies is what made me really not like the live action movies because I already don't really care so much for the games. But that's at least what I know, and then trying to watch that was just I don't really need to watch even more about things I care very little about. But I did, like you said, I do hear good things about the animated versions, especially to their Hollywood live action counterparts, which are just don't. Just don't. If you enjoy Resident Evil in any form outside of only being a movie fan, then don't. My wife loves the movies, but she's never touched a Resident Evil game, so every
That's
time she's
probably
like,
why.
"Let's watch it," I'm like, but it's bad. She's like, "I like
So
them." I'm like,
I do want to say what I think is the best, not even animated movie, just my favorite animated thing. Like, it's funny, the Mortal Kombat might have the best live action video game movie, but in my opinion, it has, before I jump into what my favorite is, I think it has the worst like animated show, which was Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm.
never watched it. Oof. Heard terrible things about it. Though. Wasn't that the '90s one?
1996.
Oof. Yeah, you can't have Mortal Kombat anything other than M. That really bogs it down. Like the
I'm
newer
going
movies are
to
dope.
I'm going to like save this picture and put it in the Discord, and just ignore the Mortal Kombat logo, and just this is just like X-Men. This is just like an X-Men like poster.
It really, really is. It's just all bad. Like
Jax
they
is
had
literally doing the
Striker.
Cyclops pose.
It was Striker for Christ's sake. Like it, you're doomed. It's just is bad, all around bad.
This is a fucking X-Men poster.
Mm, mm, mm.
Jax is doing the fucking
Let's see.
I don't, what was fucking
On the more
I lost my train of thought.
ones.
Oh yeah, my favorite animated uh my favorite animated film and series. So like obviously most people are probably gonna say Castlevania is like their favorite animated thing because that shit blew the fuck up.
It was pretty good.
However, I really love Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, like so fucking much. The animation is so fucking good. It, for something that came out in 2001. Like this movie is fucking old now,
Very much so.
and it looked better than fucking animation today.
Yeah, they've been making good shit for a long time. I will give Square Enix and the Final Fantasy team that. Like Spirits Within and Advent Children still hold up today. Like those films are absolutely gorgeous. Like when Final Fantasy VII came out, I was like, "Look how good it is." I'm like, "Well, it actually looks like Advent Children." And the crazy part is, it looks just as good as Advent Children, but Advent Children came out in what? 2006?
See, I never watched Advent Children. I'm just a fangirl for Spirits Within. I could watch literally if I had to pick one movie to like only watch for like the rest of the time, Spirit Within would be up there.
Hmm.
Like I might not pick it in the end because I like Kung Fu Hustle like more than anything, but
No, it has good Rotten Tomato review. Comparatively to most video game movies, I have not seen it. I'm not a Final Fantasy guy. I got Advent Children just because basically Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, maybe I should figure out who this Cloud person is, and it just confused me more. But regardless, but if we're just gonna go off that, my favorite video game movie period is honestly and easily Pokemon the first movie.
see, I didn't know if I wanted to count those because while the Pokemon movie, I didn't count these for a very specific reason. While I'm not disqualifying them, I always thought the the movies were solely focused on the show, and while the show was based off the game, they're not really related in any like story way.
Oh yeah, no. By all means, I
So
definitely
like
give you that.
I
But
didn't exactly like obviously like the first Pokemon movie is really fucking good.
yeah,
But I
fantastic.
didn't count them myself because like I'm not really watching a movie about the video game. This is just basically its own show.
Yeah. And
Pokemon, all
oh, go
three
ahead.
avenues of Pokemon are so fucking different. Like between the video games, the card game, and then the show and movies, it's like three different things completely.
Yeah. There's like besides the fucking Pokemon logo and the fact they're using the same Pokemon, there's no correlation between the two. Like you can go literally your entire life just playing the card game and having nothing to do with the video games and TV or video games movie slash TV, and you would lose nothing in terms of knowledge about said Pokemon, and vice versa about any of the rest. Like either
So,
only games, no
did you
movie, no cards.
like the CGI animated remake of the first movie?
I did not. I haven't seen it. It was on
I
slash on
enjoyed
for a
it.
while. My kids popped it on and it looked good. I liked the animation, and from what I seen, they didn't change like a crazy amount. They just made it look better and added a little bit more context for
Yeah, it
Mewtwo and
went from
whatnot.
like drawn to like CGI.
Yeah,
And a lot of people just act like it's an abomination of nature, but like it's literally just the same movie.
just prettier, which I don't see that as a problem personally. But no, I haven't seen it all the way through. As I said, my kids put it on and I've seen it in passing, but because my kids are obsessed with Pokemon at the moment. I just want to give a special shout out. I don't think it's the best. I don't know that much about the lore, none of that jazz, but I actually was talking about this with my wife and my mom, surprisingly, and she very, very much enjoyed this movie. But Warcraft, I think that animation is very beautiful, and I thought it was a decent movie. I don't know shit about the actual Warcraft lore, so it might be an abomination.
Here's a quick quiz for everyone. The Kawaii's question of the day. Guess how many fucking Pokemon animated movies there are, real quick. Just off the top of your head, guess.
There's at least 18.
24.
Yeah, there's damn near been one out every year, if not every other year, since the first movie.
Let's see. 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, 09, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Literally at one, literally like every year. Sometimes there was black and white. Uh, that's two movies in that one year. So like every year, and then once there was two movies in a year.
Yeah,
So far there's been no Pokemon movie this year, so this could actually like break it.
there'll be one. With the arrival of Diamond and Pearl in November or whenever they drop it, there'll be a new movie
Though
to
to be fair,
promote something.
the movie in 2020 was the first new one, technically, because like 2019 was the remake, so there's no like actual animated one.
Mm. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. That really wraps it up about me. Like the rest of these are basically trash. Like Rampage was bad. No, that's a lie. I liked Detective Pikachu also, as its own little side, not having anything to do with the show, not the game, and not even really having anything to do with, at least to my knowledge, the actual Detective Pikachu
I wish they'd
games.
stop letting Ryan Reynolds be in movies, and then I might actually start enjoying them.
I love Ryan Reynolds, so I will have to happily disagree with you there. I thought it was
I
great.
liked him in Amityville Horror.
Oh man, and then I didn't even know this, but now I kind of want to see this Werewolves Within movie. Came out
I will
June
say good
25th.
for him for like playing the worst Deadpool and also what might be people's favorite, Deadpool, at the same time.
I mean, isn't he like outside of like a handful of voice actors, like the
Well,
only
I'm talking about
Deadpool?
the worst one from like Origins Wolverine,
Oh, oh yeah.
because he was
We don't speak
Deadpool
of
in
that.
that as well.
Yeah, everyone. We push that out of our minds because that's just oof,
But yeah, a lot of
bad.
people like him for like the new one, so he's got that going for him. I'll give him that.
That was good.
I will say, like he made up for it.
And then another good shout out because I actually just recently watched this, maybe a month ago, as a movie night with the wife and kids. But Sonic the Hedgehog, I was pleasantly surprised. It was actually really good.
Sonic the Hedgehog isn't like the second one coming next year
Yes, it
with
is.
the Uncharted movie as well.
Yep, because that's what I was trying to roll into. Speaking of Sonic being actually good, it's getting a sequel, along with a whole bunch of other shit coming next year. Or just
Oh
in
yeah,
general.
because I forgot to mention this earlier. Watch God Eater, the TV series, which I think is also on Netflix with Castlevania.
Un momento, I think someone might be crying really quick. Nope. False alarm, just hearing things. Um, yeah, for TV, I really don't know that many. Like it really is just Castlevania and then like the Pokemon anime. I don't
Yeah,
really watch
Castlevania,
anything
God Eater,
else.
because most like animes will just get video games, not the other way around.
Yeah. So for me, it's Castlevania. It was fantastic. They did a really good job. I don't really care so much for the games, but that anime was dope.
Have we done something where we talked about like just like movie video games and anime video games? Because like fucking shit like Dragon Ball Z and One Piece have like so many fucking games.
No, we haven't. Wink, wink. Next week. Read my mind, Kwai. Read my mind. Reverse this. But we'll say that for next week. But honestly, the list of movies for Hollywood side, that's the only list that actually pops up for me of note that I should say that I care about. It's also very small. Upcoming Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City, Uncharted, Sonic the Hedgehog, Borderlands, Untitled Crossfire film, Detective Pikachu is apparently getting a sequel, which of course Five Nights at Freddy's is getting a movie. Oh God, Gears of War is getting a film. Hopefully, it'll be good by Universal, maybe. Ghost of Tsushima is getting one. Don't think that's needed. Just Cause is getting one. Don't think it's needed. Oh God. Moment of silence for my everything. Just Dance is getting a movie. I okay. I'll just count it as another step up film. Mega Man, Metal Gear Solid, Minecraft,
Step Up,
Rabbids.
fuck. What was I thinking of? Step Up sounds familiar, but I was thinking of something else.
Step Up. There, I think, are 5 movies in the franchise now, but
Oh yeah, I was
first
just like,
one.
I was thinking of fucking Stomp the Yard.
Ah, another movie of that era. Rabbids, Space Invaders, Tomb Raiders getting another one, Saints Row, and Yakuza.
Stomp the Yard was originally titled Stepping, but to avoid confusion over the 2006 film Step Up, the title was changed.
Yep. See, they just button heads before they're even both out. Terrible. Out of this entire list, I could give a shit about all of them. Besides Tepichu, I'm a family man, so I'm gonna be forced to see that. Un momento, guys.
More, wait, what's more dancing movie facts?
I'll be back in like 1 second, guys. Just talk quiet.
I'm trying to figure out what dancing movie I'm thinking of for the dancing movie facts of the week. It was like some fucking satire dancing, like some fucking satire breakdancing movie. And I don't remember what the fuck it was called. Cause like the guy fucking break dances, he fucking does some fucking move, ends up in a fucking coma. Oh god, that's gonna fucking bother me. If anyone knows what movie I'm fucking talking about, like put that shit in the comments for your like the dance movie of the week. Because I type in like satire dance movie, it gives me fucking uh
I cannot help you there. Don't know that whatever movie you're talking about, but it sounds funny. It really, really does.
fucking this is breakdancing.
Breakdancing movies. Let's see. There's Breaking. It might have been. I don't know what it's called, but they always do it. So it might be a satire movie, like in the sense of like Scary Movie 2.
Old school.
Old school?
Kicking it old school.
Kicking it old school. Never even heard of it. But sounds funny. Oh, man. But yeah, where was I? I got lost.
Yeah, it's a 2000 movie. Everyone go watch Kicking It Old School. That's my endorsement of the day.
I'm gonna want people breakdance and breaking their necks. Terrible. Uh, yeah. I mean, the only things I'm slightly excited for is really Uncharted, and when it comes to that, I mean, we'll have to see.
I mean, it depends on how like fucking Mr. Spider-Man boy plays it.
Yeah. I like me some Mark Wahlberg. I think he's a good actor. He gets typecasted a lot. Let's be real. And
Like I think Tom Holland is a good Spider-Man.
I think
Like
he's a
he's
good
not my
Spider-Man.
favorite,
Yes, indeed.
but like I don't think he's that great in like the other stuff he's been in.
I have yet to see him in anything. I hear good things about that movie that just came out not
Chaos
too long.
Walking was really bad.
De- what walking?
Chaos Walking came out and I think uh yeah, it came out this year. It's really
Yeah.
bad.
See, I heard it was all right. I didn't hear anything, but I can't really speak on it. I haven't seen it. But Mark Wahlberg as Sully is what has me worried. I don't.
Rotten Tomatoes reports that Chaos Walking is 23%.
Oof. I mean, Rotten Tomatoes is a hard bargain though, man. Like even your very coveted and it's actually fairly high for a video game movie is Spirits Within only has 44%. Now, for context, we're on the same site, right? Rotten Tomatoes also has Angry Birds the movie 2 at 72%. So,
Yeah, I usually look more towards IMDb because I think that's a little bit more fair.
yes, I would agree with you there. I would definitely agree with you there. Um, Honestly, the only thing property coming out anytime soon that I have somewhat of hope for when it comes to the video game into film esque, film and TV space is The Last of Us. It's got a bunch of good actors. It has Neil Druckmann and a bunch of the team from Naughty Dog also behind it working with them. And it's also on HBO. I think that leads a heavy hand in the favor of it being respectable. Um,
What
Honestly,
I
oh, go ahead.
Whether people like Last of Us, Last of Us 2 or not, I didn't enjoy them, but I can genuinely tell that the team put their heart and soul in it to make something that they genuinely loved. So I think the same thing will happen with the TV series.
I'm hoping so. Just because the sheer amount of force of Naughty Dog behind it. It's not. They seem to be caring a lot more about this Last of Us TV show than they care about the Uncharted movie. Because honestly,
Or like Last of Us, the TV show can crash and burn, then you'll have like hundreds of people like pointing out, see, we were right about Last of Us 2. Even though it has nothing to do with it. Mark my words, that's gonna happen.
probably. But I mean, it's gonna take them a lot more care into that just for the sheer fact of from a story and emotional perspective. Like just comparing the games, they're just so different. Like, yes, they're the same game. You're going through an environment, fighting some baddies, getting to the next story beat. It's just the next story beat for
You,
Uncharted is a
I,
lot more
they
heavy.
probably care more about The Last of Us TV series because they're probably more directly involved.
No, yeah, not just that. It's just you don't really need to be super involved in the Uncharted movie. It is a new age Indiana Jones. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to get to. Is like it. There's not a big super need for that emotional impact to drive home something like they
No,
would
I
like to do
literally
with
meant
Last of
like
Us.
The Last of Us TV series actually has like Neil Druckmann like as a creator, while like Uncharted doesn't have like any of their names anywhere on it.
Yeah, we're saying the same
So
thing.
like of course they're gonna care about something they have an actual active role in.
Yeah, I'm. That's what I'm saying. Like they're not a part. They're not doing that for Uncharted because they don't need to. I'm not saying that they don't care. Like, oh my god, whatever, do whatever you want with Uncharted. It's more of, hey, here's a basic premise for what you should do to make it enjoyable. It's Indiana Jones. Make him go look for a golden monkey in the middle of the jungle, and oh, there's soldiers there. You have an Uncharted movie. Whereas in, I think they're trying to make a very almost. I can't. I hope it's more so one to one. The game just put into a film series, because I can sit here and preach to you all day about, hey, you like Walking Dead, you like this type of yada yada. Here, go spend 13 hours playing this game. Whereas in I can say, hey, you can now go watch once a week for an hour, so 10 hours, but spread out, which is a lot more consumable to the normal person who isn't a gamer compared to, hey, you don't own a console to play it on? Well, go buy said console and then put all this time into playing this game. Or, so I'm hoping that's what they do. Because I'm like, for me personally, yeah, I don't want to see a one-to-one recreation of The Last of Us for the sheer fact I've played it every year since it came out. Literally. This is the first year
Dude, this,
I haven't.
this
Yet.
is literally the opposite of my Mortal Kombat opinion, but I think they should have just made new characters and
Mm,
then set it in the same universe. You could have like Ellie and Joel there, and maybe they new characters would run into them at some point.
maybe.
But
But
I think they like I think like they're too focused. I guess like if they fill in what happens with like when the game's not going on, because there's a lot of that stuff that would be interesting.
it could be, but I'm on the reverse side of that. 'Cause whereas, as I just previously stated, as big as Last of Us is, there are so many fans, especially back when it came out. Not even fans, of people who haven't played the game, who know nothing about it, and just hear it's a good thing, but they never owned a PlayStation. So now this is a good way to just, hey, you heard Last of Us is real good? Well, come just watch it. You don't have to buy a console. You have to subscribe to HBO, which you're probably already doing anyway. Let's be real. So whatever. Is something they can do as a spin-off after they get the initial plunge of, hey, this is an award-winning game. You haven't played it or don't want to play it. Here, watch it. Oh, you really like this universe? Don't worry. Now you're going to get, hey, this is what so and so was doing that they ran into in this show, or like you said, here's just a spin-off of brand new characters going through a different part of the country during this time. Me personally, between the game and or a show, I really, 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 really want to see the dark times that Joel and oh my god, I cannot remember his brother. I cannot remember his name off the top of my head. Tommy. I really want the Joel and Tommy game slash story. If I get it in the
Not to
show,
call his
that'd be
brother
cool.
fucking Nate for some reason. His brother should be named Nate.
That'd be
That's
funny.
what. That's why fucking The Last of Us is a shit series. They
Big
didn't
facts.
name his brother Nate.
But no, I really want that. Like, if I only get it as a show version, so be it. But I was really hoping that whatever Naughty Dog's working on next in the Last of Us universe is a prequel of how bad it really got. Like, I saved you. You're only alive because of me. Well, I want to see how that's true. So. But
Oh,
that's all
oh,
here and
because
there.
I need to complain about this at least once a day. there's gonna be an Onimusha movie, but like no news of it has been heard since 2007. So
That's gone.
remastered Dawn of Dreams.
You're never gonna get it. You're gonna get that. Oh, you know what? That's another really good series that I enjoyed when it comes to animation slash TV show. Devil May Cry had an anime. And it was pretty good. Wasn't the best, but
So
it's pretty good.
there, technically, they released all the cutscenes in Onimusha Dawn of Dreams as a standalone movie for some reason.
Ooh, ooh.
I'm not. I wasn't gonna count that because I think that's fucking stupid. But it's getting a mention now.
That does seem just like a slap in the face of the fans. Like, here, you want this movie?
It,
You can just watch
it
what
was
you've
on
already seen.
fucking Netflix for like forever.
Hey, sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles.
If someone ever wanted just to see you, why go on YouTube and watch like the cutscene breakdown? My game's so good, its cutscenes were on Netflix.
Big facts. Call that a win. It's about the only win Onimusha's getting anytime soon.
A big fat L for Onimusha.
Big fat L. But that's really about it. I'm ready to wrap this thing up unless you got something else you want to talk about. Like
I
another
have
movie.
one quick rapid fire question.
Hmm.
What would you like to see get a movie or a series?
Honestly,
Because Ratchet and Clank had a movie, so that won't count.
I don't need another one. I didn't very much mind it. I didn't think it was bad like everyone else does. Like, it was enjoyable. My kids liked it, but I don't need another one of those. Honestly, if it was done right, I think the Dishonored series could get like a really good anime and or a really good movie. It's interesting enough to me. I would like Dishonored to get one. Looking at all this, yeah.
Dishonored would be a good one. I was gonna go with I'd love a just because I know it'd be fucking horrible. Just like a fucking XCOM TV series.
Man vs. Alien, I could
Because
see it.
I just love those fucking I love the alien designs in XCOM so fucking much that I'd love to see how they managed to fuck it up in like series form.
And you know they would, because we have yet to be lucky. Here's hoping someone can break that ice. And hopefully it's Last of Us. Hell, fuck it. Hopefully it's Uncharted or any of the movies coming out soon. Besides
I
Sonic.
have the most faith in Last of Us being good.
So do I. With all the hurdles that it's taken them to get just Uncharted off the ground, I'm very skeptical, but you never know. They might pull it through. But what do you guys think?
Digimon Survive to movie format because the game's obviously going on.
We gotta talk about Digimon Survive at least once a podcast also. That's another running thing.
No.
We gotta.
No, like literally, if Digimon Survive actually releases, I want an entire podcast dedicated to it. I will literally buy Digimon Survive. I will buy you Digimon Survive, and we have to drop everything just to have a dedicated podcast.
Done. When it comes out in 2027. I'm sorry, when the next trailer drops in 2027. But that game's never coming out, Kwai, okay? It's just gone.
I know that's why it's a safe bet. That's why I'm saying I'll pay for it.
It's at Sony's next State of Play releases in 2 weeks.
They just fucking. It would
That'd
be
be the
funny if they was just like threw out like, oh yeah, just at the end, like where they save a surprise for something like fucking
It's Digimon
big,
Survive.
like fucking a Digimon walks onto the fucking stage.
Hey guys, it's me, Agumon. I know you've been worried about Survive. Well, here it is. Oh. It would never happen, but you know what?
They released
can
it
dream.
next to fucking Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes.
You know what the bad part is? Honestly, if they did it, I would probably pick that over the damn Pokemon games. I really would. I would. For me personally. Oh, Digimon Survive. One day. Some way. We'll get you. But that's it for this podcast, guys. Let us know down in the comments, what are your favorite movies? What are your most hated movies? And what do you think will be coming out that will be good? Do you agree that Last of Us will be dope? Or do you think it's going to be shit? And anything else in between? thanks for chilling with us. You can catch me at twitch.tv/dadofwar. You can find me here on YouTube, YouTube/dadofwar and/or War Table Podcast. I suggest just looking up my name because I really got to switch up the name. As a matter of fact, I don't even call it War Table on here, so I'm going to stop saying it. Just look for the channel. You'll see it. It'll be under its own playlist here shortly. You can find Ghost Oni
Usagi on Twitch at
Kusagi.
Ghost Oni Usagi. Where I've been streaming Monster Hunter Rise.
Nice. Well, till next week. Deuces.